Hello, Case for Interwebkaiju here. Welcome to Quick Reviews, and today I'm going to be talking about the 7 Kickboxer movies. Kickboxer. Eric Sloan is the US kickboxing champion who then goes to Taiwan and gets paralyzed in his first fight. His brother Kurt, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, then goes to get trained to beat the man who paralyzed his brother in the ring. The movie starts off. The beginning fight and acting is of a lower quality than the rest of the movie, but once you get to the next fight, it's all mostly great. The musical transitions give the movie a unique feel. The on-location shots look good. You get to see Van Damme's dance moves. It also shows off many of his signature 360 crescent kicks. My biggest letdown is that the end match isn't a real fight. It's one of those that's one-sided one way and then changes suddenly to be one-sided the other way. Regardless, I really enjoyed this movie, 4.5 out of 5. Kickboxer 2, The Road Back. Surprise! There's a third Sloan brother who was never mentioned in the first movie, and he's our protagonist. No Van Damme this time, but we do get Peter Boyle and Cary Tagawa, who unfortunately doesn't throw any punches. Kurt and Eric Sloan apparently died sometime between the movies. Xian does return, as does Tong Po. They've given Tong Po a sort of roar he does that's silly, and in one scene he's wearing dress clothes, which is very bizarre to see. At one point, security is more concerned with taking Sloan out of the building than Tong Po throwing the ref out of the ring and then beating up on Sloan's already defeated former student. There should be someone armed there. Tong Po is less menacing, not a fan of the music. Sounds too cartoony for the movie. The fights aren't as good. They're not bad, but they're shot much worse. The movie's decent enough, 3.75 out of 5. Kickboxer 3, The Art of War. We stay with Xian and the third brother this time. The story is mainly about rescuing a homeless girl from a sex trafficking ring. Music still feels out of place. There's not enough fights for me. In their place are some gunfights. The blood effects are refreshing after seeing a bunch of bad CG bloodshot wounds recently. The end fight finally isn't one-sided and even goes out of the ring, but overall, the movie doesn't have enough kickboxing. 3.25 out of 5. Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor. Tong Po is back again, but played by a different actor who both looks and sounds weird in the role. Sloan apparently got married and then got thrown in jail. Now Tong Po has captured Sloan's wife, and to get her, the government has granted Sloan freedom to enter a tournament where the winner gets to fight Tong Po himself. This is the type of shoestring tournament setup I love in martial arts movies. The bar fight and the final fight both go on far too long, but the rest is enjoyable enough. Also, I would have liked the bad guy if he wasn't visually and narratively supposed to be Tong Po. 3.5. Redemption. Kickboxer 5. Joining his brothers in dying between movies, David Sloan is also gone, and the movie focuses on Matt Reeves, avenging his friend's death and stopping a corrupt kickboxing association. Reeves is played by Mark Dacascos, who I did really enjoy in Only the Strong. His fights are enjoyable here, even though it's nothing like the style of fighting the Sloan brothers used in the previous films. The rest of the fights are bad, as is the story and especially the bad guys. 3 out of 5. Kickboxer Vengeance. In this reboot, a new Kurt Sloan goes to get revenge on Tong Po, now played by Batista, for killing his brother Eric in an underground kickboxing match. The camera work is extremely annoying. It's always wobbly, plus given shaky cam in fights which, alongside all the quick cuts, makes them quite unenjoyable. Jean-Claude Van Damme is back, taking Xian's place in training Kurt, and it's nice to see him. The movie goes back and forth between flashbacks instead of just being a consistent timeline, and it's annoying. New Kurt has some good kicks and there's some other good stunts, but of course masked by the bad camera work and editing. Since I complain about the lack of armed guards in 3, I should probably mention our protagonist escaped from jail and all the guards are just armed with batons. Even with its flaws, I still found the movie enjoyable. 4. Kickboxer Retaliation. Not only is Van Damme and the mains returning from the previous film, but Mike Tyson and Christopher Lambert are also featured. Sloan and Duran are arrested for the death of Tong Po so that Sloan will fight against a genetically enhanced super fighter. Sloan declines and the bad guy steals his wife. The CG is quite bad, the camera work is even worse during fight scenes, and They've moved on to throwing in unneeded slow-mo every few seconds, and some parts are sped up. Together, I just can't stand it. The burnt-in cartoony subtitles are bad. They've also added bad CG blood and dust to the fights. Like, at times they're the worst things in the entire series. Later, there's even CG sparks and sweat, and again look like something you'd find in a free mobile effects pack. The green screen effects are also extremely painful. Again, the lead, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lambert, and Tyson are fun on screen, but the movie is dumb, and the fight scenes, especially with the effects, hurt the movie rather than elevate it. 2.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching.